So how are you?
I'm good. I'm fantastic. I've never been better.
You're lying. You've got the flu, don't you?
That's not just the flu. I have full on COVID. I managed to go 3 years.
I know.
Through this COVID thing.
You're one of the last
without
ones.
getting COVID.
Leave your house one time.
I left my house a lot, but I went to a Dodger game. I think this is where it happened.
Yeah.
To get to where I sit in the Dodger game, you go through this dugout club thing, and that's indoors.
Sure.
And I'm sure
Did you walk through the COVID
those
tent?
people gave me COVID.
Yeah. Well, okay. So here's the thing. You're not the biggest problem the Dodgers have right now.
I'm
as
on
it
the
turns
list.
out. You're a little ways
I'm
down.
on the list. You think Julio Urias is a bigger problem than my COVID? How dare you, sir? No, that's a big story. That is a big story. He's gone. I mean, there's no way he comes back from this. I have talked about him on this show before as being a medical wonder because he's had so many eye surgeries.
He's had the eye surgeries.
He's the guy who had so many eye surgeries and magically can still pitch, which is remarkable. We should mention we have no
floor director.
That's true too.
Because this is the first episode of Nonsense that we're doing remotely.
I can't see you.
Well, there's perks.
Except for I don't know when to come in and when not to get to.
I'm going to Amazon you a fucking webcam. I don't understand how you don't have a webcam at your home.
I actually do.
Full
I just haven't hooked it up. So we can't see when to come in and come out.
No, because we're just
plus
talking.
There's no one to point to us and tell us when to go faster and go slower. And there's no timer on the desk that's telling us speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down. Next segment, you're done.
I got no button to push. There's no button here
exactly
to push.
Well, I've actually got all the buttons here. I can still push the buttons, but I don't have the clock.
No, you're sick and you're sequestered. When's the last time you saw a human, like face to face?
The last time I saw a human was Thursday. I tested positive on Friday. I started to feel like something was wrong Thursday night.
Yeah.
And so I stayed clear of everybody starting Thursday night.
Okay. Well, that's why I'm not recording with you today.
The world basically for me stopped so many days ago. Although there's a hurricane coming up. I know about that.
Do you have...
I know about like breaking news, like more than I've ever known about breaking news.
Yeah, but that's just a Category 5 hurricane. When you get to the hurricane, then wake me up.
All right.
The hurricane? No, this thing looks real. It's like 170 mile an hour winds.
Lee.
Hurricane Lee.
In the Atlantic. It looks like it's going to come in as a Category 5, they're saying possibly.
The scale doesn't go past 5, right?
No, that's it.
That's it.
When you're going 175 miles an hour, when your winds are 175 miles an hour, nobody really cares if you go up to 180.
Sure. At that point, like everything in its path is fucked. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Concrete, yep, we got you.
That's when actual cows fly through the air.
Okay, wait, now I'm interested. So could I show up at one of my barbecues and just see if I get one to land on them? That'd be great. Just land it over here.
If one of us would count down and point to the other, maybe we could get out of this open.
I can't point to you. You don't have a webcam. I guess technically I can because I have a webcam.
You have a webcam. You can point to me. Somebody say 432.
That's a hard job. We've always had to hire that out.
I've only seen my dog, by the way. Even my dog is like my dog thinks we're camping or something together. This is the happiest my dog has ever been.
He just thinks you really miss him and you're hanging out with him.
We are just bonded. I mean, he wants to be touching me now constantly.
Yeah, I remember the Pixar movie Up. What if he had the little collar where he could talk to you and he was just like, shower. Just shower. That's all he says. You're like, you think Barkley's like saying good morning. He's like, shower. Just
shower. Please shower.
Please shower.
Shower. No, seriously. Please shower.
Like, my sense of smell is 10,000 times better than yours. Please shower.
I'm sure that's what he would say.
I'm cautiously optimistic that you're not going to have any long COVID symptoms.
Oh, I hope so. I hope not. Yeah.
I hope you keep the voice. I'd like you to keep the voice if that's possible.
I'm not in love with the voice. I am when I wake up and first thing in the morning. Man, then it's cool.
Then it's great.
I wake up in the morning and I sound like Sam Elliott.
That would be amazing.
But it goes away fast.
Yeah.
I get to sound like that for about 20 minutes every morning. All right. Well, let me be the one to say it if you're not going to say it so that we can get out of here because I got Thai food coming.
I've heard this story, but apparently it's coming from Thailand, so it's not going to be there for a while.
When you taste this one day, you'll understand.
This is really good.
It will be very clear.
They bring it over on the G550 and just drop it off at your house?
Pretty much.
Nice.
It's amazing. All right. So I will see you on the other side of the music in 4, 3, 2.
There we go.
The Apple Company presents a truly terrible podcast. Welcome to Nonsense, episode number 36. I'm Jeff Parker.
I'm Stiddle.
This is our take on the week's business, tech, and entertainment headlines, sick though I may sound. This time, we'll look at headlines because, like I say, I'm sick. I'm under the weather. I'm in no shape to be doing a show like this.
So Jeff is sick. He is doing better.
I'm on Malnupiravir.
Malnupiravir.
That's the medication I'm on, which has actually been kind of magical. It's actually pretty great.
Yeah. How are your worms?
My worms have cleared right up.
Are your worms cleared up? That's good. I was wondering about that.
I was surprised how quickly.
I would do a lot of the pre-show interviews I would do with your worms, which I always thought was odd. I was concerned about your well-being. For sure, the best text I received all weekend, all Labor Day weekend, was when you told me that the brisket I sent to you made you feel better. That made me very happy.
That was I took a taste of that. It was just absolutely delightful. By the way, that sample you sent over fed my entire family.
Did it really? Yeah. I immediately felt regret that I didn't send you enough. I was like, I should have sent more.
Oh no, it was perfect, and it was so good. I'm under the weather. Did I mention that?
You are under the weather. We did.
But I'm still planning on being well in time to watch the iPhone reveal.
Can you not watch it if you're not well?
Well, I don't want to spread my diseases. This is this is actually something that happened. In order to get the Molnupiravir, say it for me.
Molnupiravir.
In order to get that drug, I had to have a telehealth session with a doctor at UCLA, not my doctor. My doctor was on vacation.
Sure.
The wonderful doctor, very smart woman who I had this with, was sitting alone in a room doing just telehealth visit after telehealth visit to televisit, or just video calling on the phone. The entire time she was on the phone with me, she had a mask strapped over her face and her nose. And I thought, well, now that's being careful. That's no wonder I got COVID and she didn't.
Did you sneeze on the phone a couple times just to see what would happen?
She'd have run from the room screaming, I'm sure.
Cover your face. Come on.
I feel bad for those doctors because they've seen the absolute worst of COVID.
Yes, they're in the middle of all of it.
Any predictions on the iPhone unveiling on Tuesday?
Yes, I think it will be digital.
And it could be. It could be. That'd be a nice step up for them.
And in color.
Wow, we have not seen that yet.
I mean, we are pretty confident it's going to be USB-C, right? That's the plan. They have to.
Yeah, the question for me isn't USB-C. Of course, it's going to be USB-C. Because they have to. I mean, the EU has demanded it.
Yeah.
But I think the interesting part about it, I don't think there will be the big. Everybody's saying people are going to be really upset because they have to change all their connectors. Yeah, but they're changing it to a connector most of them already have. So I don't think most people are going to care.
I know Tim's a listener to the show. What I hope Tim has already planned for is that he'll just have Oprah there. And that she'll just like hand out USB-C cables to everybody. You get a cable, and you get a cable, and you get a USB-C cable, and they just go to everyone. Would like to know what the over-under is on what they call it, because I would not be surprised if
the magic USB.
Exactly. They're going to rebrand it, and it's going to be like this thing that Apple invented. And you're like, really?
And I want to know if they put something in there so that it detects whether or not you're using their USB or not, or just a random USB, and it won't work with the random USB.
Yeah, I mean, for like
if they've gone beyond spec and just created something that stops it from working. The big thing I think Apple users are going to love it for is quick charging. I bet you they can boost their charger now finally up to like 35 watts or something.
Yeah, everybody charges via MagSafe, which is already a lot faster.
MagSafe is not faster. What are you getting out of your MagSafe?
Faster than the cable.
Your MagSafe is charging you at what?
I think 18 watts.
15 watts.
Is it 15 watts?
So that's not faster than 35.
No. That's definitely not how numbers work. You're right. It's 15 watts. I just looked it up.
Apple has an excuse that they want to
preserve the battery.
They have an excuse that they want to have a phone that eventually has no ports whatsoever.
So at first I was very much opposed to that idea.
Yeah.
I'm still opposed to it. I'm less
Getting your data in and out is going to be so much slower and so much less reliable.
Not for me. I mean, my data is all cloud centric. I'm never using a cable for data.
Well, no, think about the huge video files you can shoot with the iPhone now.
Okay.
And those files are giant.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
that's a good point.
2 gigabyte files. You can really shoot some enormous video files. Getting them in and out of the phone is going to be a challenge if you don't have USB.
Even Wi-Fi 6, it's not going to be super fast.
No, it won't be fast at all.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I didn't think about that. USB-C Thunderbolt, keep it on there.
I love Thunderbolt. Man, I love Thunderbolt.
It's great. Where has Thunderbolt been all of our life?
It's been locked up in Intel's labs with a big fee behind it. And then they just opened it up and said, you know what? Everybody take this.
Weird. Once they did that, a lot of people started using it.
They just started appearing on everything. And it's the most wonderful, spec.
Do you remember when we went to USB 2 and how cool that was?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Like 10 times faster, something like that?
No, I think because it was 12 megabit to 480.
Yeah, it was a big jump.
It was like 40 times faster. Like it felt like you just went from nothing, from basically mice to being able to move data, right? That's all it was. Like basically the USB standard was mice and printers, and then you got real data speed, and now you look at 480 megabits and you're just like, whoa, that's so slow.
I don't want to go that slow. Yeah. All my cables now, because I have recently weeded everything out, are all the 20x cables. They're all doing the
that's smart.
Whatever 20G. What is it called?
Oh, I don't know. There's the USB 3.2.
And now I have, I have the some Thunderbolt mixed in, and I really like Thunderbolt.
The watch is interesting to me because I feel like every year I'm like, there's nothing they can do to make it better. And then I get it and I'm like, oh, well, that's a little better now.
They add more sensors.
Yeah, and like...
By the way, even Google on the Pixel is putting a new temperature sensor on the back of the thing. I don't know why.
On the back of the Pixel?
Yeah, the new Pixel's going to have a temperature
ambient...
sensor.
Why?
I don't know why. I have not seen why. I've only seen the schematic that was released today, and it had a thing that said, this is a new temperature sensor.
Is this so it can report on my ovulation cycle?
Yes.
Is that what they're concerned
about? In particular, they were concerned about your ovulation cycle.
If they've met my kids, trust me, I'd be concerned about it too.
Sure. It is National Cream-Filled Donut Day. I was going to move on from the Apple thing. Am I rushing you?
Yes.
I can't see you. I can't see to see if you're still
going.
We've
only been recording for 12 minutes and we're 4 lines in. Yes, you're rushing me. Yes.
So sorry.
National Cream-Filled Donut Day. The one day we don't have donuts together.
Isn't that funny?
Out of half a year of doing this, the one day we don't have donuts together is National Cream-Filled Donut Day.
We have had a buffet
of donuts.
Of donuts every single recording session, and this one we're not even together.
I almost Ubered some to you, but then I was like, no.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I did think about it. I did consider it.
It's also National Food is Medicine Day. Health and food organizations use the day to raise awareness about the barriers to good food in the U.S. The campaign points out that low-income families have obstacles to get the healthy foods they need.
Yeah, this is terrible. Like, you look at urban maps and the closest grocery store you can get fruit at, it's like 1.5 miles away or something ridiculous or farther. It's nuts.
Meanwhile, I've stuffed my face today with Love to Eat Thai.
You shill.
When in Los Angeles, be sure and swing by Love to Eat Thai.
One, your voice is breaking. 2, you really need to get a referral code because I feel like you could have a free yogurt in no time.
It's Jeff19. When Jeff has COVID-19, be sure and get all your Love to Eat Thai.
You always want to work the COVID-19 into your food discount code. That goes over really well. I love that you're shilling a Thai food place and I'm shilling LASIK.
4 Michelin mentions.
That's pretty impressive.
Super impressive.
I mean, they do make tires, so I don't know what they know about food, but they seem to know something.
That's how the whole thing started when they were...
It all started with tires.
Selling tires. They wanted to get people out on the road, and so they made a guide for different food things that... It
is kind of crazy, right? It is. And the fact that both of those things still exist, right? The guide and the tires themselves. Michelin's still making tires. The world we live in.
How's your week going?
Good. We had the holiday week. So we had the little Labor Day. Usually I like to throw a big Labor Day party, a bunch of people over, do some barbecue. You got COVID on the rise. I wasn't feeling it.
Is that true?
Oh yeah, COVID's on the rise for sure. You're proof positive.
I had no idea.
It's not terrible, but
I thought COVID had all died out.
Nope. It's still here. It's actually back.
It's retro COVID for those of us who are of a certain age.
Yes, it's COVID with flannel and baggy jeans. But I made a brisket, which I alluded to earlier, which is interesting because anybody that makes barbecue will tell you the barbecue is done when it's done. You just can't predict. Yeah. And I don't do it consistently enough to know when I have different variables how it's going to end up. So I predicted somewhere between 16 and 18 hours is how long this cook was going to take. And then I wanted 3 hours or so to rest. I ended up putting it on at 4:30 p.m. and it was done at 5 a.m. So I was up at 5 a.m. dealing with it. It's about a 14-hour cook, give or take.
Somehow Aaron Franklin has done this enough times, 102 times a day or something like that he knows pretty much how he can hold a piece of meat and make a very good guesstimation as to how long it's going to take.
That's 10,000 hours, right? I mean, you do anything for 10,000 hours.
Oh, he probably way over 10,000 hours.
I'm sure 10,000 hours. He makes
Have you seen his masterclass?
I haven't done his masterclass. Somebody got me a subscription during the pandemic and I never used it, which I was disappointed in myself by.
I have a subscription and I had not used much of it until I got COVID. Did I mention I got COVID?
Yeah, you mentioned it briefly.
And now I've gone through everything.
Have you really?
I'm mastered everything.
Are you like Keanu Reeves? Do you know Kung Fu?
Of course I know Kung Fu. I also know how to make the best sourdough bread.
Oh, really? Well, what do you do?
I can take photographs like Annie Leibovitz.
You're stuck. Well, you always could do that. You're stuck at home. Make some bread. I want some bread.
The problem is that I have a child who goes down and uses the kitchen. Now, tomorrow I don't, so maybe I could make some bread.
Well, he'll eat the bread.
Let's get to our headlines.
Let's do it.
Hurricane Lee forms in the Atlantic, threatening to be a major storm. You know about Hurricane Lee?
I've looked online.
We mentioned it earlier.
Yes, he looks very pissed off.
Very dangerous storm by the weekend, although he'll still be out in the middle of the water.
Yes, but
he'll pick up some speed as he gets over that warm water.
The last thing I saw was that they anticipated it could get up to 175 mile-an-hour winds.
Video and audio calls are coming to X. which means they're coming to
Twitter. Wow, that's some real pioneering tech they've got there.
Elon Musk has announced that it will work on iOS, Android, Mac, and PC. No phone number is needed.
That doesn't sound like a vapor at all. It'll work on everything as soon as we build it.
I don't think any of this is particularly difficult to build. No. It does not sound, especially if you're using a WebRTC solution or something like that, where everything is all done for you. But the thing is, I would never use any service that gave me texting or video calling or any of that wasn't open source.
Sure.
Because I don't know what you're doing with my data. Sure. I don't know what you're doing with my calls or what you're eavesdropping on. Show me your open source to make sure my calls are literally between me and my calling partner.
Yeah. I'll be curious to see how this does. I kind of like the idea of having an identifier that's not your phone number, like this antiquated system.
Sure.
It reminds me of one of my favorite XKCD comics where they're talking about how it's ridiculous that there are 14 different standards and that they're going to invent one to unify all of them.
Yes.
And then it says 6 months later, there are 15 standards.
Always.
So now I have yet another way. Like finally, I feel like Skype died, and now I have yet another way that people are going to try to contact me via X.
I can be reached on Signal. Much you and I are talking on Signal right now.
We are, and it's working well. I got to say,
and it's open source, so
it is.
That's the only way I would do this.
Yeah, it works well. I got to say,
2023,
you've converted me to a Signal VoIP fan because it works well. It really does. It'd work better if you had a camera.
Google leaks Pixel 8 Pro again with 360-degree preview. This is a 360-degree simulator. You can actually see what the Pixel Pro 8 is going to look like. 3 colors. It's great. The word leaks is it's such a clickbaity thing.
Totally.
Google releases stuff about their phone. They don't make a big surprise presentation of here's a phone you've never seen before, folks. They let you know the information as it's coming.
They don't do what their rival does.
No, they don't try to shroud it in mystery and then show you at the last minute. In fact, Google passes out preview phones to their developers so that everybody can play on this thing for a long time.
That's cool. I do like the sort of contrast between the two and the way they do it. I also love that Google does this consistently a week or two before the Apple event every year.
Well, because it's about the time of the year when the phones come out.
They're not like avocados. They don't get ripe in September and then just fall off the tree.
But they kind of do, because fourth quarter is coming. Now is the time when you want to promote your phone and get your phone out.
Yeah.
This is when you're going to make your money.
Don't you want something that's more like Arch, where it's just like rolling updates? Like they're just like, okay, Tim made the camera better. Like here's one with a new camera.
Software is easy enough to make rolling updates. Your hardware doesn't change like that.
But it'd be cool if you could just like order the camera module and plug it into your Pixel 7.
Somebody had one like that they were working on, where you could plug it all together, like the Tinker Toy phone. Yeah. It sounded to me like it was going to like fall apart in your hand.
Totally. You sneeze and it just blows up. It looks like a garage sale at Radio Shack.
It is a garage sale at Radio Shack.
Boom. You're like, oh, fuck. Where does 100 ohm resistor? Where does this go? Sorry, I can't text you. I'm missing a capacitor. Yeah, exactly. Fuck this. I'm getting an iPhone. I'm done with this.
United Airlines said Tuesday that it has resumed flights after briefly grounding all aircraft in the U.S. at their point of departure due to a system-wide technology issue.
Yeah, this was fascinating. So
an hour and 12 minutes they were down.
Yeah, I saw the ground stop come in, which when you see stuff, ATC, there's always some interesting stuff in there, but it is rare that you see an airline say, please ground all of our planes for us that aren't
at once.
That aren't, the ones that are in the air are okay, but no more. And you're like, oh, that got my attention. And of course, it blew up on the media. Fortunately, they got it resolved. Like you said, it was like an hour and 12 minutes or something. Later, they got it resolved. There hasn't been a post-mortem that I've seen on this yet. I doubt there will be one.
Not a public one.
Yeah, exactly. What United Airlines said was that they applied some updates and that caused some issues, which kind of sounds like a cover. But then I was like, wait a minute, it's Tuesday. Windows updates roll on Tuesday. So I'm sure some Windows update just swamped their systems.
Wow. They run on Windows?
Well, could be worse. There could be some like System 370 40-year-old piece of kit back there that somebody restarted.
That's true.
Right? Like ever since Bert retired in 87, no one's touched the thing.
No one knows how to fix it.
And they're just like, fuck, we got to paint behind it. Someone's got to unplug it and plug in that other outlet. You do it. I don't want to do it. You do it. Fuck.
Zoom is even less happy about Microsoft Teams than you are.
Well, first
the EU has prompted Microsoft to unbundle Teams from Office. It's the bundling that Zoom is unhappy about. They put Teams with Office so that you get this, and you get it with every Windows 11 PC pre-installed. So it's this massive advantage that Teams gets over every other video conference solution.
Yeah, I get that. Eric, the CEO of Zoom, should win on innovation. Like that product has not gotten better.
Or I can say the same things. Teams should win on innovation. They shouldn't win on being able to piggyback on the rest of their programs.
Well, just
because you have huge programs doesn't mean you should be able to dominate the market. You should win on innovation.
But then you should be like, well, you know what? You should put Word and Excel together, make them stand on their own. Why are they together? One's numbers, one's letters.
I don't use any of them anymore, thank goodness.
Well, I know, I understand that. I really don't have much of a problem with these being bundled together. Like if you're going to use Teams. Sure, go ahead. I'm not sure you get more adoption because it's bundled. We download everything from the internet anyway. It's all one click away. This isn't
if you're an unsophisticated user, you look at your Windows and go, hey, look, I'm going to use Teams. I bet they have to get more traction by bundling it, or they wouldn't do it. Because they've been in trouble for doing this before. They wouldn't risk being in trouble with it again.
Well, which tells me they know what they're doing.
How short are their memories?
I got to believe that they remember, Internet Explorer days. I don't feel like everyone there, they're like, Internet what? No, we didn't. That was
How many
us.
people are there who were there back in the Internet Explorer days?
That's a good question, right? I mean, maybe those guys are all gone.
Was Satya Nadella there? Was he? I
think so. Maybe towards the tail of that, but it's not like they don't know the story. Don't you think somebody scratched something like in the wall of the men's room at the executive suite that's like, do not bundle with Windows with OS.
Yeah, exactly.
Dash BG 1997.
Well, you could say the same thing about bundling in an Explorer, which obviously was, didn't go over well. How's that different than bundling Teams?
To me, there's a bit of a difference there, right? Because you need IE to download IE. And obviously that was a different day. I almost feel like that one seems more acceptable to me, but I'm also perfectly fine with this. Zoom is just pissed because they have a competing product, right? Like, what if
it's competing on an unfair plane because Zoom is not bundled with Windows.
Sure.
So it's handicapped quite a bit.
But if I'm the guy that makes Bomb Sweeper and then they put Minesweeper in Windows 12, you can't be like, oh, I'm pissed off. You put this competing thing in there. Everyone's going to get it. Well, yeah. I feel like you got to draw the line somewhere, and I don't feel like it's at Teams, but that's just me. I understand your point.
I have no idea. I have no dog in this hunt. I won't use any of them. I used to use Jitsi, which is pretty great.
I don't know Jitsi.
It still is pretty great. And then Signal got their, their video conferencing thing. I use Signal with a family call, weekly, and it's always just flawless.
And by default, it's no relay, right? So it's all doing direct send to everyone.
Correct.
Interesting. So you're kind of crushing the.
You can change that if you don't want. If you're concerned about your IP being out there, you can change that so that it's relayed.
I'm more concerned about the bandwidth. Like the bandwidth of if you had 8 people, I got to send that stream out 8 times, and my uprate's usually terrible.
My uprate's not great. I'm on Spectrum, and I never have. It's never a problem. It's never enough that I can slow anything down.
Do you miss ESPN?
I don't have Spectrum TV. I only have Spectrum cable. But that's a whole other issue. You want to talk about Spectrum and what's happening with ESPN?
No. I don't want to talk about them at all. Do you want to talk about them?
If you have because most people in Southern California have Spectrum cable. An awful lot of people do, and they have no ESPN. And it doesn't seem like that's going to resolve anytime soon. Although football season is right around the corner. If you're going to resolve it, now's the time to resolve it.
I mean, it's not just ESPN, right? Isn't it like ESPN, ABC, like all the Disney?
Nobody cares about the other ones.
Really?
ESPN is the one people
ESPN's the only
die
one
about.
Yeah.
If you can't see your college games, you are livid.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That really matters to you.
Yeah.
All those people can go out and get like a, what do they call it, Hulu Live subscription, and they can get ESPN. So they all can work around the system. They can all work around the troubles. I don't know how Spectrum reacts to that.
Well, I switched over to YouTube TV earlier this year, and I got to say, I'm extremely impressed. I was on Fubo before that, and Fubo just felt
like... And ESPN on YouTube TV works great.
It works perfectly.
Okay, so anyway, that's the Spectrum issue. The thing that I think you would keep your Spectrum for, if you have Spectrum and you want to get YouTube TV so that you can temporarily get ESPN, you're still going to probably want, if you're a Dodgers fan, you're still going to want Spectrum. Yeah. I don't know of a other good way to watch the Dodgers. I have DirecTV and I'm able to watch the Dodgers, but that's like one of the other options. There's not a ton of other options.
Yeah, that's interesting to me to see how those deals go. Wasn't the Phoenix Suns earlier this year that went the other way?
That's the deal everyone is watching.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Because of a bankruptcy issue, Bally Sports. It has fallen back to them, and so they've taken their rights back and they're doing basically their own thing, which is really cool.
That makes sense.
Well, we'll see if it's really cool. The idea is really cool.
I mean, just have some standardized technology to allow them to deliver it, and they should all those teams should just own that. Why don't they?
Phoenix is kind of a small sports market, so we're going to see if they can make this work.
Pull it off. Yeah.
Yeah. Phoenix is not a big market, so you're the amount of money that you can earn from it is much more limited than it would be for like the LA Dodgers or something.
Seems like a place to start.
Yeah, right. If they can make it work there, and it's by the way, they're being assisted from some people at an agency here, some very smart people who we know. They're doing the math and they're doing it right.
Yeah,
so
cool.
they've got every possibility of making that work.
That's great.
Government denies U-turn on encrypted messaging row, says BBC News.
Oh yeah, this is great.
Platforms like WhatsApp, Signal, iMessage say they cannot access or view anybody's messages without destroying existing privacy protections for all users, and have threatened to leave the UK rather than compromise message security. The debate has raged for several months, and for some it has turned into an argument about the privacy versus the protection of children.
This is just another great example of you don't understand how the math works. That's what this is.
I get what they want. They would like to be able to mass surveil people, and especially they would love to be able to find people who are going to harm children in some way. That's so what they're saying, in this case, not that they are always cynical about things, but some of these times I think they're just being cynical. They're just trying to get rights for the sake of getting the rights in advance. In this case, I think the people are well-meaning who are behind this.
Of course.
I just don't think they necessarily understand that there's no way to give decryption abilities to good guys and not have bad guys get them too.
Yeah, exactly. They're insisting. I think there's an actual quote that they're insisting that they can have both, right? They can ensure privacy for everyone and protect the kids. And then was it Meredith Whittaker, right? The president of Signal had said that this is, quote, magical thinking, and that
it is magical thinking. She's 100% right.
Yeah. We did. I thought we put this to bed with the Clipper chip 25 years ago, but apparently we haven't.
Do you remember the Clipper chip? How much do you remember about that?
Didn't it go in front of Congress? Didn't Congress try to debate this?
Well, sure they did. I think, and finally the Clipper chip came out. This was the Clinton administration, and they were pushing this Clipper chip, and I think it was out. I don't remember the details. In my mind, it seems to me it was on the market for 7 days before it was hacked.
Oh, I don't even know if it made 7 days.
It was some incredibly short amount of time.
Yeah, that's what's crazy to me. We're going to just embed the key in a place they'll never look. They'll never find it. And it's
under the mat. Under the mat. He put the key under the mat.
It's in the freezer. They can't get to it. It's in the freezer. It's what? Guys, we've done this. It does not work. You need to understand how the math works. And then, of course, somebody shows up, with a black towel wrapped around something, and he opens it up, and it's a fucking quantum computer. And then you're just like, oh, well, it's all over. Now everything's available.
Well, everything is available. That if it's going against a regular computer, but the minute you have quantum computers, you're encrypting with quantum computers too. So it's an arms race.
Yeah,
you stay current on both sides. You will have encryption going forward for the rest of humanity.
Yeah, but then you've got that brief moment there where if you only have the thing that undoes everybody else's
where you're
lock,
underpowered. But that is a brief moment. That doesn't last for very long. And part of what helps there is things like Signal, where every single message is encrypted with a different key.
Yeah.
So yes, even with a quantum computer, there's a certain cost to decrypting a message.
Sure.
So as long as you and I are sending enough messages that say, hey, you want tacos? Yeah, that'd be great.
Sure.
Innocuous, nothing messages, and they're just billions of them.
Sure.
As long as that keeps happening, it just makes the task that much harder.
Yeah, signal noise, right?
Right, exactly.
This is how naive I am. I really thought that we had sort of the cryptography thing had been resolved. They had just, the folks that don't understand cryptography had just learned you can't put the genie back in the bottle. Right. And that's just the way that it is. But I think what happened, this is no magic insight that I have, it just seemed like once the masses got that, right? When it was just RSA and PGP and you had to be a nerd in a cave, all right, the nerds can keep the fucking encryption. But then once everybody got it, because
there was nothing they could do about it. Part of the problem was in that encryption bill, cryptography was classified as munitions, but you could still export cryptography if it was in a book. So you could teach other people about cryptography. So what they did was they started making the code and publishing it in books, but in the best font that could be scanned by computer readers.
Totally.
So that they could just, basically they were exporting the code and using paper as a means.
I knew the munitions bit. I didn't know that didn't apply if you publish the code in a book. That's fascinating.
Because for academic reasons, you got to be able to teach people things. You're not a caveman. Come on.
Well, I am. I couldn't.
And so they would literally print the books in the most machine readable font. Okay, enough with the headlines. We have to get out of here, but quickly before we do, have you seen or read anything good this last week?
Yes, we're doing a short show, so I didn't have time to talk about this. But did you see the Ghost Rider is back? He's got
yes, I did see that. I haven't listened to it. What did you think?
Look,
first of all, explain what it is. He did a new song. This is the guy who did the AI Drake.
Yeah, what was that? A couple months ago.
It got taken down because it actually did copy a part of a real piece of music.
Tag. Yeah. So it sounds like now there's he's got this new one that is all AI again. It's pretty fantastic. Like, it's supposed to be Travis Scott and 21 Savage, I believe.
Yeah,
and it's I listened to it. I'm like, it sounds like a legit song that would have been released. Like, I don't think it's AI. I don't know. It just sounds like a recording.
Oh, you think the voices don't sound like the AI? They sound like just like they really recorded it.
These aren't artists that I listen to all the time. If it was an artist that I listened to,
you might be able to judge it more carefully. Yeah.
So like, I just think it's
How is this different? How is this different from someone who's like a Frank Sinatra impersonator putting out a song, that's like a Frank Sinatra song and just calling it, whatever. This is
but his
Bob
own lyrics
Sinatra.
and his own music, right?
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what.
How is that different? By the way, this guy's, because he's this one's original. This Ghost Rider song is completely original. He is eligible to apply to be nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah, I saw that. It's like that he's chasing a Grammy for it, which would be fantastic.
This guy's great at drumming up publicity,
which is why I still think this is an inside job. But we can come back to that later.
Totally.
I also think it's fascinating that he can't get a copyright for it. Technically, he can't.
I don't know the answer to that. Is that true?
I don't know. Well, I mean, the voices you can't, but I guess he edited them together.
How do you? Yeah, so I don't know how can you get a Grammy if you can't own the copyright? Because who do they give the Grammy to?
Well, the guy who did it first. I would assume it's a land grab.
I don't know how that works.
I don't know. This is a good question for a future episode of Nonsense. I can't wait to watch this unfold. It's going to be a fun year. What about you? What have you been watching and reading?
I'm going to recommend a film called Jerry Brown the Disruptor, a documentary about documentary about the political and personal journey of Jerry Brown, the longest serving governor in California history. First elected at 36 years old and again at 72, his 50-year career tackling important issues like climate change and inequality. It premieres next week, Friday the 15th, on PBS's American Masters. But because our drop schedule happens to occur the way it does, where we're dropping, this will be out on the 7th of September, and then the next one we drop will be on the 14th, one day before this
we're just going to miss it.
Show airs. I didn't just want to recommend it next week, so I'm going to recommend it this week and next week. Jerry Brown, The Disruptor. Be sure and see it. I've seen it. It's great.
I didn't appreciate there was a 36-year gap between his governor tenures. Was he just like sitting back for 30 years? Then he's like, okay, look, you idiots, if you can't do this.
No, he ran for president and he did lots of other things. And both times he ran, California was in real financial trouble.
Bad shape, right?
And and he was the guy who came in and did the serious cutting and got us back on track both times. Really saved California both times.
That's impressive. I'm impressed by Jerry.
Jerry is an impressive guy. He's a little bit of a strange guy, but he's an impressive guy for sure. That's the episode.
Thank you for joining us for all this nonsense, a truly terrible podcast from The Awful Company. Visit us on the web at nonsense.productions. I'm TJ Little.
I'm Jeff Parker.
If you like this program, please follow, download, subscribe, and like at Apple, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, our favorite Overcast, or wherever you get your podcasts from.
Podcastindex.org. Special thanks to our floor director, who we didn't have. No, wait, I was the floor director. Special thanks to our floor director, Sicky McSicksik.
Have we already basically laid off that job? Have we already cut that job out of Nonsense's budget?
No, we haven't, no, but we did have to not have one today because I'm contagious.
But we did just fine,
as far as I know,
without one.
It worked out fine. Sure, we might save some money.
My kids are going to be so pissed that they can't work here anymore. I'm going to have to send them back to Nike. They put the anglets on. That's their job.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good.
We'll be here every Thursday morning for more nonsense. Please join us.
I used to call my son Little Anglet.
Little Anglet.
Yeah, that was my name for him, my nickname.